Hello, my friends. So there you have it. Doug Jones wins the Alabama Senate seat, left empty by the racist, homophobic extraordinaire Jeff Sessions. So guess what? Um, it's time for a reckoning for the Republican Party, the modern Republican Party, and it's time for them to uh, get back to decency, which they haven't been anywhere close to decency in quite some time. I want to say since probably before Ronald Reagan, because he was a madman that cut a bunch of programs and destroyed mental health and did a bunch of cuts and did a bunch of mistakes and horrendous uh, dealing with the AIDS epidemic. Waited for I don't know how long to uh, to declare a national emergency simply because he didn't want to piss off his profoundly homophobic uh, evangelical Christian base, which cost thousands and thousands of deaths because of his inaction and his his horrible, tough on crime, so-called tough on crime, and just say no to drugs bullshit, which really, it was just the most idiotic campaign ever to deal with addiction. But far from being over, there are certain things that this race showed. Number one, it showed how profoundly racist uh, large segments of the population in the United States are profoundly racist. They're willing to do anything uh, to keep black and Latinos away, uh, you know, and how profoundly homophobic these people are, and shows how extremely hypocritical and shameless um, the evangelical Christian white Southern base is. I mean, they're willing to support blindly a guy who's been accused of raping children, and a person who openly says that gay people should be incarcerated, and has attacked and has been a very vocal attacker of gay LGBTQ community. And not only that, openly racist when he says that the United States families were great during the slavery. That little problem slavery where the master would go into the quarters of the slaves and rape the the daughters of the slaves and the wives and whatever with impunity. So you know, the fact that there's still a large segment of the population in certain areas of the United States that are you know ardent supporters of racism and homophobia and hate and anything that's not white and Christian, they want to kill it. It's disturbing, very disturbing. Um, the good news is that the population, the decent people, the real decent people of the United States of America are far more. We just have to go out there and vote. And let me just qualify that. There is no excuse for you to sit down and say, "Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't mean he didn't mean that." No, no. If you support people like Roy Moore, if you support people like Trump, like Donald Trump, if you support people like Jeff Sessions, all those people, if you support those people still, after all the overwhelming evidence of how racist, how dishonest, how evil, how full of hatred these people are, then you support all of those things. And you need to take a long, hard look at yourself and tell yourself and see what you want to be remembered at. If you want to be remembered as a human trash, knock yourself out and keep supporting those people. But I would hate to see that happen because I have people in my family and my circle of friends and loved ones who are still supporting those people. It is sad to see. It breaks my heart. It really. It doesn't even anger me anymore. It's sorry. It's a shame. Shameful. You know. So it's like saying after seeing if you were a German during the World War II, during the Nazis, during the Nazi regime, and somebody showed you, they took you to the Nazi concentration camps, and they took you. Never mind that you heard all the rhetoric, the hateful, anti-Jewish, anti-Semitic, anti-black, anti-gay, anti-everything propaganda coming out of the mouths and from the Nazi propaganda machine led by Joseph Goebbels. If even after you heard all of that, and you still in seeing the atrocities committed by the people, by the Nazis, and you still supported the Nazis, guess what you are remembered as? You're remembered as human trash. You're not remembered as ignorant. Those people are not that knew all of that. You're not remembered as, oh, we weren't aware of that bullshit. You knew exactly what they were doing. Even if you didn't know about the concentration camps, you knew all the hatred they were spewing. You knew all the hateful propaganda they were spewing. And you still supported the Nazis. Today, history classifies those people as human trash, garbage. And that's exactly what you're going to be classified and looked as, remembered as by later generations if you're still supporting, to this day, those people. And for those who think that the tide has turned, this is just one round. These people are not going away. These people are not. There are videos on the internet from Alabama of Mexican families, Central American families, Hispanic families being disrespected in the middle of a wedding or the middle of a family event. That there's one where they're showing the racist white women who rented with a contract to this Hispanic family. They rented the venue to have a party for the family. Then they came out and they kicked them all out because they were Mexican. They're just, this in 2017, this is happening. Why? Because of Donald Trump's and his cronies and his modern Republican Party associates who are willing to just overlook all the racism, all the hatred, all the wanton lies. This man lies, not only Trump, but this people from his extreme right wing posse. They lie at the drop of a hat. Just recently, the lady who the Kristen Gillibrand, he's got this. Donald Trump suggested that this woman, would do anything for his support and for basically saying she would suck my dick if just for my support. This guy's nasty. You guys need to stop this, and I hope that that people now who are thinking that, oh, we won in Alabama and it's like, oh, that now we can take it easy now. No, it's time to double down on the efforts, and don't sit there waiting. Okay, let me see if he does something nice, in the next 6 months, and then or the next year and a half or two, and so I can vote for him in 2020 because he has one nice thing in the middle of this sea of atrocities and monstrosities that he has done. Please don't be that person. Do not be a scumbag that is willing to overlook all these atrocities and all this nastiness and all this hatred coming from this nasty people, so that you can justify and say, well, at least he did something nice. You're being a scumbag if you're doing that. You can't look at your children in the face and say that you're a nice person. You will not be remembered as a nice person if you continue to support these people. But if you want to, that's your prerogative. But congratulations of the people to the people of Alabama. They chose the right path. The person that they chose has been fighting racism and hatred for a long time. He prosecuted Ku Klux Klan people in the past as a district attorney, and I think they're on the right path. They have a long way to go in that state, in many states in the United States. Unfortunately, the southern states, the states who still think of the Confederate flag as something cute to display, when it's nothing more than a symbol of slavery, rape, and genocide. So it's time for some soul searching and how you want to be remembered. And congratulations to everybody who voted for Doug Jones. And make no mistake about it. These people are not gonna. They're digging in. They're doubling down on their racism. Their base is not gonna change. They're gonna be racist to the core till they die. And we have to be out there mobilizing social media, however you need to do it peacefully. We can't sink to the level where we turn it into violence. We can't go there. We have to do it peacefully. But we have to stand up to this racism and to this hatred coming from the right wing and from the leadership of the Republican Party. Most of them, that is. There's only a few that finally, after I don't know how long and how much overwhelming evidence, and disgusting acts by the leadership of the Republican Party, that have come out and said, I can't do this. This is nasty. I can't support these people. We need more people. The decent people in the millions of decent people in the Republican Party, the voters, the leadership. You guys need to start fighting, and fighting not for us, not just for us. You need to fight for your legacy and for your decency so that your great grandchildren are not ashamed of you.